Okay, now moving on to evaluation. Very simple. Now make sure that you answer the question again. Please answer the question. Give me a reason. Then make sure that you have a very strong link. The key to evaluation is to have strong link to your evidence. All right. So one source agree or disagrees is 2 to 3. Okay. One agree, one disagree will be 5. Then 6, then 7, 8 marks. All right. You'll get bonus 2 marks if you do reliability check, balanced conclusion, or contextual knowledge. This is a basic inference question in a way, but you have to use at least 4 sources. All right. If you want to pass, at least 2. One agree, one disagree. So let's say the question asking you, does the German people support the Nazi policy against the Jew? How far do you agree? Okay, always ATQ first. I cannot stress this enough. So A agrees, then follow the statement. All right, then next line, give me the reasons. Because they did nothing to resist the policy. Keep it to one sentence. All right, keep your reason to one sentence. The elaboration for this will come later on. How do you know they did nothing? Well, because A shows me that people just watching passively while the Jews were scrubbing the streets. So how does this link to whether they supported the policy? Well, because they did nothing, it suggests, okay, so 2 to 3 lines that they actually agree with the hostile policies, as they didn't object, right? They didn't try and stop it. In other words, they didn't have any empathy, right? They didn't feel any empathy for what the Jews are going through. In other words, it also can imply that they supported the policy. So you see there's a clear link to your main statement on whether the source agrees that they supported or not. In this case, yes, they supported because they did nothing. And doing nothing is a sign that they accept the policy and they don't have empathy to speak out or to act out in support of the Jews. Alright, and hence link back again in your last sentence. Thus, it agrees that they supported the policy. So for disagree, same thing. Repeat the question. Does not agree. German beer supported, but instead, right? Because they tried to save some of the Jews from Nazi persecution, so they did not agree with the policy because they tried to save the Jews, right? So how do I know this? Because 2,000 people across the country offered some form of help, right? So they supported the Jews. This means that they did not agree with the policies, right? They went out of their way, right? Or this means that they empathize with what the Jews were going through and did not want to see the success and were resisting it, right? Resisting or did not want to see the success of the policy, right? So very clear linking statement, and thus it shows they did not agree. All right. So here are some common errors. Number 1, didn't answer the question. You started with A tells me Germany did not resist, but you did not say A agrees with the statement. So make it clear, right? Then write the statement down. Supported the policy because reason here. Yes. Evidence mismatch. Again, this goes back to your basic inference skills. Okay, weak explanation, repeating inference as or question as explanation again goes back to your inference skills, right? Do not just say that this means that they supported. Link it well with 2 to 3 sentences to close all the gaps and link it well. Take note, for your evaluation, your explanation has to be very, very, very tight in order to be marked correct for your paragraph. If not, you'll be wasting your time. Your whole paragraph will be wrong. Alright, so be very mindful of this. Link it well, 2 to 3 sentences that link back to what your inference is and why the source agrees or disagrees. Okay, last tips for you. Do not linger on too long on one question. It is better to do all questions with at least one paragraph than to leave out some questions. Do not leave out any questions. because if you do, you'll be losing a lot of marks. It's easier to get the first paragraph down than it is to get marks for the second or third paragraph of a different question. Alright, it's not worth it. Trust me, it is not worth it. Okay, and remember again, for your purpose question, why question, write the because. If not, you'll get 0, and this is very painful. Alright, this 0 marks. So for your essay, make sure you have a main point first for each paragraph, then give me example and elaboration. Make your explanation tight, like as your inference. So 2 to 3 lines that link to the outcome you want to achieve. Make it tight, that links to the outcome of the question. Okay, so this is for evaluation and final tips.